While campaigning in Montreal, NDP leader Jagmeet Singh was approached by a man who told him to cut off his turban to look like a Canadian. Watch.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Hello,
How are you? Good to see you, sir. You okay?
Yes, you too.
Pleasure to meet you.
You know what?
What's that?
You should cut your turban off and you look like a Canadian.
Oh, I think Canadians look like all sorts of people. That's the beauty of Canada.
Yeah, but
That's okay. I don't agree, sir.
in Rome, you do as the Romans.
Hey, but this is Canada. You can do like whatever you like.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. So if you didn't catch that, the old man there said, he told Jagmeet Singh to cut your turban off, look like a Canadian. And then he followed it up by saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. As if, what, Jagmeet Singh isn't Canadian? So he can do what he likes as a Canadian in Canada? This speaks to the ignorance that a lot of white people have. This idea that Canada belongs to white people. No. I mean, it actually belongs to the people that we took the land from. But this man himself clearly is a white man. Very likely his family immigrated here from somewhere else. Yet because Jagmeet Singh, looks different than he doesn't view Singh as a Canadian like him, even though they're both equally Canadian. Look, Jagmeet Singh handled this so well. I mean, you can't expect, we shouldn't expect Jagmeet Singh to be able to handle something like this so well. I mean, you shouldn't expect people when faced with this racism, we can't expect them to react this calmly. Jagmeet Singh did. And that's just, he needs credit for that in terms of, if you actually want to educate people, if you actually want to educate ignorant people, I mean, people that you think you can educate, I think this older man, actually, I think he could be educated. He doesn't seem like he's full of hate. He just seems like he's completely ignorant. I think this is the best way to do it. You plant a seed. You let this man know, hey, we're in Canada. I'm Canadian. We all have different ways of viewing things. So just because you don't think I look Canadian, that doesn't mean I'm not Canadian. So there's a way to handle this that where it opens the potential to educate somebody like that. And I think Jagmeet Singh did that there. But again, we can't expect this of everybody. You can't expect people of color to be able to take, criticism like this, take racism like this. It's just, we're holding people up to higher standards than we hold ourselves up to. I wouldn't be able to deal with this. I mean, if I was in Jagmeet Singh's shoes and I was faced with that kind of racism, I would not act that way. I would like to think that I could act that way, but I don't think I would be able to. So that just, again, full credit there to Jagmeet Singh for being able to handle that the way he did. And again, look, this is the way that many white Canadians view Canada. They think, oh, I'm white. That means people look like me, or people that look like me, they're real Canadians. Even though what? You're from Italy, from Germany, from Poland. What makes you any different than Jagmeet Singh? Now, this is especially an issue in Quebec, where with former Bill 21, which is now a law, about religious symbols. So here's CBC. So Bill 21 bans public teachers, police officers, government lawyers, and other authority figures from wearing religious symbols at work. It also requires public services to be given without face coverings, such as the niqab. So you have this law now banning people that work in the government from wearing religious symbols. Now, do you think this was targeted to Christians wearing the cross? No, of course not. This was all about people like Jagmeet Singh who, wear a turban, wear a niqab. The focus was on people of color and how they shouldn't wear religious symbols because that makes us feel uncomfortable or whatever the hell their excuses. So Quebec is dealing with this kind of thing right now. And it even got to the point where I guess you can give Jagmeet Singh credit for trying to reach out to these people, but in his campaign ad for Quebec, it includes him without the turban at the beginning. Watch.
Je ne suis pas comme les autres. Comme vous, mon identité, c'est ma fierté. Pas de cadeaux, pas d'héritage. J'ai assez connu les injustices pour savoir me battre. Et maintenant, je suis prêt à me battre pour vous. pour affronter l'urgence climatique.
So again, Jagmeet Singh is being more than welcoming to these people that have no desire to educate themselves. Which I guess in the case of Jagmeet Singh, look, you can say this is a good quality in a party leader. You want somebody to be able to educate those that are ignorant, but also understand we shouldn't expect this. So this is just him, going above and beyond what we should expect from people of color when faced with this kind of bigotry. Now, this also doesn't just affect conservatives. So an NDP executive member in New Brunswick actually left the party because the leader wears a turban. So this headline from CBC, NDP defector says he warned party some New Brunswick voters are uncomfortable with Jagmeet Singh. So this man left the NDP in New Brunswick because he said voters were uncomfortable that Jagmeet Singh wears a turban, or uncomfortable that he's the leader at all. Your job, if that's how you think voters feel, then your job as somebody that works for the NDP or worked for the NDP, your job is to inform those voters, inform those people, not run from the party. This bothers me so deeply because so many politicians don't realize that it is their job to educate people. It is not simply about representing your county, your district, your riding. It's also about educating. You're somebody who has connections to the facts. You should be able to surround yourself with people that actually know things and educate yourself on the reality, on whatever it is, whether it's issues, whether it's history, whether it's culture. You should be able to educate people who are uneducated in these areas. That is part of your job as a politician. If you can't do that, then find another job. Like this kind of, the fact that this is even within the NDP or was within the NDP, this kind of sentiment, and they don't realize how stupid they sound, it's crazy. Now, Gurpreet Singh has a great piece in Ricochet that actually addresses this consistent bigotry against the NDP leader. For those who have a selective memory and tendency to forget their own history, the CCF, the old avatar of the NDP, was led by the late Tommy Douglas, a practicing Christian and a Baptist minister. If Tommy Douglas could deliver inspiring leadership while carrying his religious beliefs on his sleeve, why can't Singh be allowed to do the same? If you have doubts about Singh's faith, then do some research to educate yourself about the progressive values of Sikhism, which are based on justice and equality. Any NDP members or supporters belittling or writing off Singh because of his faith are applying a double standard or glossing over the real history of their own political movement. That's exactly right. And anybody out there that knows better, it's also on you to educate other people. So if you can recognize how ridiculous this older man was telling Jagmeet Singh to cut off his turban, then it is your job to educate those in your life that may feel the same way, that also don't like Jagmeet Singh as the leader, or for some reason are frightened of him, whatever it is. It is your job, you as somebody that knows better, to educate those people. It is on you, it's on all of us that know better to try and make this world safer for others that don't look like us and face the kind of things that we don't have to face. Now, I also want to share how Jagmeet Singh, this happens to him all the time, but this is Jagmeet Singh facing a racist heckler in 2017. And again, just marvel at how he handled this.
So just 1 second. What do we believe in? We believe in love and courage, right? Love and courage. Love and courage. We believe in love. We believe in love and courage. Absolutely. Absolutely we do. We believe in love and courage. We believe in an inclusive Canada where no one's left behind. We believe in building a Canada that ensures that there's economic justice for everybody, right? And that's what we believe in. So my friend, we don't want to be intimidated by hate. We don't want hatred to ruin a positive event, right? We don't want hatred to ruin a positive event. So let's show people how we would treat someone with love. We welcome you. We welcome you. We welcome you. We love you. We support you and we love you. We support you. We love you.
All right, so I covered that back in 2017, and watching it again, it still impresses me. I mean, I don't have the patience for that. And it really shows you how often Jagmeet Singh has had to deal with this his entire life because of how calm he's able to stay in that situation. And this is just a totally unrealistically high bar for anyone to match up to. We should not expect this from any person of color to be able to handle a situation like this. So just understand he's going above and beyond here in both of these situations, going above and beyond what we should expect from him. But he is, I think, a solid leader. I mean, when he first became when he first won leadership, I was supporting somebody else because I thought somebody else was more progressive. I still think in many cases that is true. But Jagmeet Singh, I think, has been just a fantastic leader, has shown real leadership skills, shown his ability, his willingness to educate others that are ignorant. And these are all qualities that are just, vital when it comes to someone that's leading a party.